Hi you guys, we are back again with another tutorial. Today we'll be doing this deep wave lace closure wig. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm using a 22-inch canvas block, and to protect the head I'm going to be putting my plastic cap on top of it so that no glue gets on the block. The hair that I'm using is from a beauty supply store. It's deep wave. Well, it says pineapple wave, but deep wave if you want to buy it offline. And I'll be using a dome cap to make this wig. I'm using the black, and I'm just using the regular size dome cap. You can get it out of your local beauty supply store. Okay, so as a reference, I like to align my cap in the middle. So basically when you do this, you're going to line it up as if that's the person's face. So basically that middle where I put the T-pin is where will be aligned with the nose of a client. So the back of it, I already know that this cap is going to be too big for my head, so I'm going to use some glue to kind of tighten up the cap. I'm doing this for me, so I kind of know already how I need to do this, but you can use this method if you need to tighten your cap. Okay, so when you go in to lay down this lace closure on the side, if you're doing the pushback method, it can be a little bit tricky, but make sure that you use your T-pins to align it where you need it to go. Because after I do this, I'm going to put it on my head just to see how the closure is laying. But you want to make sure that when you put the first pin in, make sure that you pull it tight so that there is no buckles, because if it's buckling on the mannequin, is going to buckle when you put it on your head, or if you're making it for a client. Also, for a rule of thumb, just so that for anyone who's making wigs for clients, make sure that you get multiple size canvas blocks, because every canvas block does not fit every client, so you have to have the different sizes. The 22-inch will basically fit someone's head that is, medium size, or if you bump up against a 23, that's for a bigger size head, but you won't normally get that. But I would recommend that if you're making wigs for your clients, to get multiple size wig blocks. Now I'm going to go in and begin sewing down this lace closure. I'm going to start at the back and just sew all the way around. I sew one side first and then I move to the other, but you want to apply enough tension so that this closure doesn't buckle. Also, keep your stitches close together so that it lays down very, very flat. Right now I'm going to go ahead and put this cap on. I do this because I want to make sure before I go any further, I want to see how my lace closure is laying, because you can always go back and sew down your closure or correct anything if you didn't sew it on correctly. But also I like to do this because I can see if there's any humps or bumps. Also, because the tension of the cap is tight, you can wear this glueless, and this is how it's going to look whenever you put it on. As you can see, the guidelines that are going down the middle, this is going to help you be able to put it on and off correctly. So now you put it back on your canvas block. As you can see, it's aligned in the middle, and you can see your guidelines the same way it was on my head. You put it back on your canvas block the same exact way. And even if you have adjusted your cap, everything is still going to lay down the same. Even where I adjusted the cap, it's going to lay down just the same as when I put it on. So I'm going to go ahead and start tracking the hair. I am double tracking because it's just normal tracks. And what I do is I put the middle length at the bottom, and I do that because I don't want it to look stringy at the ends. I want it to look very, very full. So I put my 18-inch at the back, and then I go with my 20 on the side, and I will come back on and show you guys when I begin tracking the side of the head. So I'm going to use all of my 20-inch on the side. This is going to give the illusion that everything is all the same length around the bottom, because a lot of the time whenever I see people use staggered lengths, they'll put the longest length on the bottom. So say if you want a 20-inch wig, get a 22, 20, and 18. Put that 20 at the back, 22 on the side. This will make sure that you are still getting that 20-inch, but it's also going to be thick and it's not going to look stringy. For this last track, I do track one single track. Even though I was double tracking throughout the entire process, when it comes to my last track, I like to do it single so that it can lay flat. But as I was doing this, I decided to kind of do something different because I saw that the way the lace closure was on, I needed to make sure that the hair around the base, around the base of the closure, is kind of sticking up. So I wanted to align those cuticles to go in the direction of the tracks in the way that they were laying. So I'm going to get my rat tail comb, and what I'm going to do is rat around that band. I'm going to comb that hair out. As you can see how that hair is laying a different way, I'm going to lay that last track directly on top of that. So pay attention very closely to the way that I do this. Now I'm going to go in and make my parting area, and all I'm doing now is just kind of seeing where I want to lay that part. I do want it to be a deep part because I want it to be kind of pushed back, something kind of deep and flowy. I don't want too much baby hairs, so I just kind of want to swoop it around. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do mine, and you can do yours as deep as you want, high as you want, low as you want, but we're just doing this for demonstration purposes only. And you can, you know, replicate this, do it the way you want to, but this is how I'm going to do mine, and you can just watch and see, take notes, and, you know, just make it your own. I am going to go ahead and tweeze some of the baby hairs around the edges some, because you don't want it to be too thick. If it's too thick, it's not going to lay flat as you need it to be. So whatever you have to do, make sure that you thin this out in the front or whatever, however you want to do it. I like mine to lay very flat, and I like it to flow natural, because when you go in with the foam wrap lotion, you want it to lay down very smooth. So make sure that you thin it out with your tweezers if you need to. Right now, I'm going to go in with my Frizz Patrol by Aunt Jackie to mold down the lace closure. This is going to help make everything lay down in its place and to kill some of the frizz. After you lay everything down where you want it to go, you're going to need to put this underneath the dryer. Once it's done drying, all you're going to have to do is comb it out. And this is the effect it's going to be laying down. I use the clips to hold it down tight so that I don't have to worry about everything moving down. So I'm going to use my Diamonds oil sheen to loosen up the hair, because if you use a lot of the Aunt Jackie's, because it's so potent, it will get hard, but it will not flake, don't get me wrong. But all you're going to do is just loosen up, or you can use a serum to loosen this up as well. Now you're going to go in with your TG wax stick to lay down some of the frizz, and this is going to help the hot comb to go through it very easily and lay everything down super smooth. And I will link all of the information to the products that I'm using in the description box. So after you tweeze this part of your closure, you want to make sure that it's very, very clean when you go in. Use your Kiss Cream Concealer to go in and put on the lace. This is going to match the lace to your skin tone, and you're going to see when I put it on how it blends. So it's best to go ahead and use an eyebrow archer to cut off your lace, because you don't want the lace to be cut in a straight line because it will show. So just use your eyebrow archer and cut it as close to the hairline as possible. So all I'm doing now is removing the wig from the canvas block. Make sure that you remove all of the T-pins and pull that plastic out from underneath, and it should come off very easy, all in one piece. As you can see that it is now molded down to the size of the canvas block, and you can see the lace is blended very nicely. And now you're going to be careful whenever you cut this out from underneath, because you will need to expose that closure, but make sure you follow around the outline of where you sewed down that closure, because if you cut it, you might as well get ready to make it all over again. So just be careful so that you don't cut the thread. So now I'm doing my final adjustments and doing my try on, and it should fit perfectly. And as you can see, like I said, you will not need any glue for this. This is glueless. You don't need it, but you can, if you want to, you can use a little bit of holding spray underneath. But for the most part, you will not need glue for this because of the tension of the dome cap. It pulls it tight enough so that it lays flat. So I'm going to wet it. I'm going to get my water and spray this down. You don't want to drench it down, but you want to wet it enough. And then I go behind it with the Just For Me detangling spray. This smells so good, but it also keeps it detangled so that you can brush through it. And then I finally go behind it with my Aunt Jackie's Frizz Patrol. And this is pretty much the finished look for this wig. It's very nice and pretty. It's very full. All you have to do is just comb it through, and you can wear it the wet look. And I think later on I'm going to go in and do some wine curls on this, and this is how it looks. You see it's full all the way down. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.